Let's have a closer look at every single one of these steps here. The first one, as I said, was spending less on eating out. Even though shoppers have been doing that for a number of years, especially those in lower and middle income groups, it's still a really popular measure. About 69% of shoppers still say that they are converting dollars from food service to food retailing, which of course is a great development for us here in the room as grocers. Now what we're seeing is that higher income households, even those that were not affected by the recession, are starting to also eat out less because that's their easiest way to save on food. And those are the folks that are very interested in prepared meal solutions. They like to come to the store. They still don't have a lot of time available. A lot of them still are dual working households or single parents or what have you. They ate out for a reason because it was easy, it was convenient. So these guys are looking for that same convenience and ease out of the grocery store, and you will find very few of them cooking from scratch. Dining out is now down to about one dinner occasion a week. It's a little higher for lunch and a little lower for breakfast. What it also means is that people are cooking more, and that's a fantastic development for us. About 5.1 meals, that's just the way it falls out a week, are home cooked these days. And home cooked is a very loose definition. For some people that might be, the freezer pizza with a bagged salad, whereas from others that might actually be, making meatballs or a pork roast from scratch and cooking potatoes and cooking, some kind of vegetable or what have you. So cooking is really in the mind of the shopper, and there's a lot we can do there in store to help them. Now,
so let's talk about projects for a second. This particular slide is as predictable as the rain. It's as predictable as the rain. So here's what happens. We start off with a situation where we have current goals in our company. And that's this line right here. And we're not performing up to those current goals. It's very seldom you will find companies such as Apple that continues to reinvent itself. But it's very seldom that you find a compelling argument for launching a major scale change project unless something ain't right. So we're underperforming. And we say, let's think about doing this particular thing. Let's just call it fresh item management. Well, what you have here then is to say, okay, I met with the vendor. He says these other companies are doing these good things. Boy, we could use more of that around here. So let's get going. And I call that uninformed optimism, because you have no idea what you're really stepping into yet. You can't, because you haven't done it yet. You have some idea, you can gain some experiences, such as at conferences like this, which are extremely valuable. But you still don't know everything that you're stepping into. So it's uninformed optimism. You say, this is going to be good. We're going to be able to hit our goals. And you know what? Not only that, but these other companies are doing these really great things. And so let's set our future expectation higher than that. Return on investment, right? There's some pain to go through, but boy, this is going to be great. And so you begin work. And then you engage your project team, and they all come on board. They've all got their great ideas, and the enthusiasm starts to build. And you say, man, we're going to blow this thing away. This is going to be just terrific. That's what I call informed enthusiasm. All right? And you get to the point where it's just so compelling that you just can't hardly go home at night. You got to just keep working at it. Well, then reality starts to happen. The data isn't right, or those tears are wrong. How many recipes do we have for what? You go through all of that kind of thing. You guys have lived this a little bit, haven't you? Yeah. So you get to this point that I call despair, where you say something like, what in the heck have we done anyway? Why did we ever do this? We've lost our way. Oh my God. All right? So you plan, you launch, you work hard, and then all of a sudden you find yourself down here and you're tired. And so at this point you have two options. You can either crash the project, which does happen, or you can say, we got to find our way through this. And at that point, you start to gain some creativity. You get some ahas that say, oh, you mean it's that stupid little interface? Or it's that Linksys system that is causing, right? And all of a sudden, you get these ahas. And you keep working at it, but now you're really working hard at this, to the point where you get hopeful realism and then informed optimism. And what typically happens is if you will ride the curve, you'll end up with results greater than your fondest expectations. That the payback will be there. And then you become a success story and, frankly, a beacon for other firms that are trying to do the same thing.